Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at the November 2018 St. Susie paper 1. I think this is the fourth paper we are busy doing. We have like 5 days before you, for 5 lessons before you write your final exam. No? So I think this will be the last one. Okay, and hopefully we can do the memo of the paper that many of you have done well in. Okay. So this is paper 1. It was set by me in 2018. Okay, by myself in 2018. Okay, I'm setting your paper 2. Okay, so the exciting topics, geometry and the things that we love, the trigonometry. No? That's what we love for, isn't it? Yes, there we go. Right, here we go. People, question 1.1.1. We are told, simplify, leave your answer with positive exponents. Okay. So let's, we're going to FOIL this. We're going to multiply this out using the distributive law. 2x times 4 is going to give you 8x. 2x times negative x squared is negative 2x cubed. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 3 times negative x squared is positive 3x squared, plus anything to the power 0 is 1. 1 times 6 is. So what we do now, we add like terms. The only like term is not that. However, is the constants. That can be written as 8x minus 2x cubed. Negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6 plus 3x squared. If you add, no, 3x cubed, there's the cube. Is that correct? Okay. If you would like to have written that in decimal powers of x, you can do that, which is negative 2x cubed plus the x squared plus 8x minus 6 for no x to the most. Okay. And you guys will do nothing for nothing. Okay, you guys are that generation, not so? Yes. Right, let's look at the next one. The next one is your exponential expression. So what do we do here? We break up and factorize. So here in this term, we can see that you got 2 to the 2n times 2 squared times 2 to the n. This can be written as 2 to the 2n plus n is 2 to the 3n times 2 squared. You all agree with that? So that first term can be written as 2 to the 3n times 2 squared minus, we will break 2 to the 3n minus 1 up into 2 to the 3n times 2 to the negative 1. You all agree with that? Okay? Just tell me we're not going too fast. No? So it's going to be 2 to the negative 1 over 8. 8 can be written as 2 to the exponent 3 raised to the n plus 1. Not so? Which is 2 to the 3n plus 3, no? Or 1? 3. Many write a 1, okay? Just remember that 3 gets multiplied by the n and by the 1, which just gives you 3. So it's going to be 2 to the 3n times 2 to the 3. So what do we notice now? We have a common factor of 3 to the n. At times you'll find these other common factors, like here we could have taken 2 to the negative 1 also out as a common factor. Or we could have taken out 2 squared also as a common factor. But it's not going to help us in pursuit of calculating the value of the expression. It will just make it a bit more complex. So it's going to be 2 to the 3n into 2 squared minus 2 to the negative 1 over 2 to the 3n times 2 cubed. So what happens now? What happens now? We cancel the variable. Not so? So 2 squared is 4. 4 minus half is 3 and a half. So it's going to be 3 and a half over 8. So that would be 6 and 7. 7 over 16, I think. Okay. Or we could have put the whole story in the calculator. Why is everything acting up this morning? Right, let's check. Alright, so let's say you could have typed in 2 squared minus 2 to the negative 1 over 2 cubed 7 over 16. Alright? Any confusion, people? No confusion. Okay? People, in the exam in paper 1, you will see similar questions. And that's the reason why we are doing this. Okay? I see some of you are copying wholesale. I won't say who it is, but I can see some of you didn't do your homework. The rest of you are blanking out already. Okay? But use this. When you do this homework, sit as if you're sitting in an exam. What would I have written in the exam for this question? Okay, because this exam was written by learners. It was in grade 10, they found grade 10. Okay. What's the square root of 16? 4x. We take whatever the exponent is, which is 16x squared over. So it's 4x. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. How you get 8? 4. No, the fourth root of 16 is 2. Not so? My mistake there. Okay, so it's going to be 2x. 4 goes into 16, 4x squared. Who got that one right? Only you. I got it wrong. You see, I made a mistake. Okay, any confusion here? Any confusion? Yes? And now it's done. Okay? Anybody else? No. Now, let's look at 1.2. Factorize completely. So what we notice? We have a common factor here of negative y. Not so? Take negative y as a common factor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange first. I'm rearranging in my head. Rather do it on the board. Not so? I write it in descending powers of y. Alright. Then what do? Negative y is a common factor. So it's 10 y8 plus, no minus, 8y4 minus 2. I could have taken out 2 also as a common factor. 2y. So negative 2y. Then I'm left with 5. It's not a new 5, no. 5 y8 minus 4y4 minus 1. You all agree with that? No? So what do you see the inside that bracket? What do you see? You see a trinomial. Not so? So the trinomial here, if this were at red, 5x squared minus 4x minus 1. Then I would have taken my factors to be 1 and 5, 1 and 1. Do we add or subtract our factors? So subtract it. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And that's what I want, not so? And that would have been a 1 and a 1, a 5 and a 1. Because x and an x. Minus. So what do you know about the signs? 1 plus 1 minus. The bigger one is going to be minus, not so? Okay? Now what you notice now, what do we have on x's place? What do we have on x's place? Y to the power 4. Not so? So in other words, if you got y to the power 4 there, then I would have y to the power 4 squared, which is 8, which is that one there. So that is fine. And here I would have had y to the power 4. What's wrong with you? Y to. Can you see that, people? Does it make sense? Right. So let's take it off here. I said 1 plus, 1 minus, no? The bigger one had to be minus. So you're going to have y to the exponent 4 minus 1 and 5y to the exponent 4 plus 1. You all agree with that? What do you see now? Sorry? What? Dots here is the same. Dots doesn't say what you had to suffer in all that. Dots, difference of 2 squares. Not so? Well, let's go. It will be negative 2y. Y squared plus 1. Y squared minus 1. This remains 5y4 plus 1. Now what? Y squared minus 1 again. Difference of 2 squares. So it's y squared plus 1. Y minus 1. Y plus 1. And 5y4 plus 1. How many of you got this right on your own? Did you guys do that one? You did? This is it, like that, and you think you're going to get 4 marks? Or the below, the second step? Okay, you would have gotten 2 marks. Now you will get your 50%. Okay, you're a 50% kind of girl. We want more than that. More? Then you must do more. But it's okay. Right? People could have played it as it is. Not so. That's boring. But let's do it. So it'll be 2y as a common factor. I'm then left with 1 plus 4y4 minus 5y8. Not so. You say okay. That y, the y to the exponent 4 can be written as an x. So it's 1 plus 4x minus 5x squared. See that? So what I do is I take it to the product line. So it's 1 and 1, 1 and 5. Do we add or subtract the products? Subtract it. It will be 5 minus 1 is 4. And that's what I want. It's a 1 and a 1 in the bracket. And a 1 and a 5. So it's y and a y here. It's a 4 and a 4 there. Not so? It will be 5y. What about our signs? 1 plus 1 minus. The bigger product must be negative. So that's going to give you 5y4. Not so? That's going to give you y4. So the bigger product is the 5y4. So there the negative belong and the positive. No. This must be, positive. That must be positive, whilst that one must be. You all okay with that? Verstaan jy dit? Ja. So 2y into, and as you can see here, the difference of 2 squares can be applied there. So it's going to be 1 plus y squared, 1 minus y squared, 1 plus 5y4. Now what? Difference between 2 squares again. So it's 2y into 1 plus y squared, 1 plus y, 1 minus y, 1 plus 5y. This answer here is equivalent to that answer. Remember, if you swap This around, what's going to happen? Not that one. This one, what's going to happen? A negative is going to come out. Not so. If I swap that around, nothing happens. Swap this around, nothing happens. Swap that around, negative comes out. Swap that around, nothing happens. Can you see it's equivalent answers? So if you write any one of the two, you're going to get the full mark. You see how nice we are? We're going to give the maths learners as many marks as they can get. Because the maths learners, they wanted, what must we do? What must we do? Keep it. Not so? Yes? Trinomial, yes?
How do you know from which side how do you know plus and minus?
You remember if this is minus, then 1 plus be plus and 1 must be minus. If that is minus, you subtract the products. So if that is plus, we add the products. Okay? Any other confusion? Yes? This one, this side? Yes?
Is it always the second side? So you see these two sides, okay, two sides in the trinomial.
Yeah, in the trinomial, yeah?
Is it always the second side that will tell you?
Yeah, it's that sign that tells us if we add the products or we subtract the products. It's always that sign. So if that sign is minus, you must subtract the products.
So it doesn't matter what type of number is next to that.
Not at all. Anybody else that want to confuse us? No. People, let's look at the next one. 1.3.1. Solve the inequality for x in element of real numbers. What are real numbers? All the numbers under the sun that exist to us. Okay? So, that is rational, irrational, integers, whole numbers. I said integers, rational, irrational, and natural. All of those are considered as real numbers. So, solve the inequality. So what we do is we take the one either side. So we get negative 3x must be greater or equal to negative 1 minus 8, but less than 3 minus 1. So it's negative 3x, negative 9, and 2. So what do I do now? Divide by negative 3 throughout. So you get 3x negative 2 over 3. Why does swap the inequality around? Dividing by negative. Whenever you divide by or multiply by negative, the inequality swaps around. So that you can leave it like that, or you can write it in a proper way. You won't lose the mark here. That is the correct way of writing the inequality there. Okay? When you see the represent your solution in question 1.3.1 on a number line. So what are the critical values? What are the important values on the number line? Negative 2 over 3 and 3. Would we have an open circle at negative 2 over 3 or closed circle? Why open? Sides, non-included or is excluded. Okay? At 3, open a closed circle, closed circle. So we read the inequality. X is more than negative 2 and x is less than or equal to 3. Okay? It's fairly simple. No rocket science, no? Right. Matthew was asked to factorize the expression. Yeah, his answer was as follows. Identify the step where Matthew made a mistake. So you can't say Matthew didn't make a mistake. Okay. So where did you make a mistake? Step, huh? Step 3. Step 1. First thing you make a mistake. Step 1. You see, if you look at what he has here, he put a bracket there and a bracket there. Not so. What he should have done was, okay, I think the next question is that, no? You must predict. Step 1. Factorize the expression correctly. Okay, so if you look at this here, I'm going to say 2b minus m. What is common here? Negative 4b squared. Not so. If I put a bracket around that, I'm not changing anything. So 4b squared, what am I left with? 2b plus or minus? Minus. You see, negative 4b squared times negative m is positive 4b squared m. Can you see that? So what do you notice now? The common factor. Common factor of 2b minus m. What are we left with? 1 minus 4b squared. They say, hang on. Matthew is losing a lot of marks here. What's wrong with Matthew? Alright, what do we do now? Difference of 2 squares. And what are we left with? 1 plus 2b and 1. In Matthew's friends asked, how did you write? Easy. Paper is easy. That's the paper. Whatever you guys say. No? I can't tell you. Matthew made a couple of mistakes in that. He gets 0 out of 4. But anyway, listen. We have space here so that we can just don't have to go far. The question says solve for x. Our favorite. No? You find out x. Right? Let's see. Where's the. Right, let's go. Get rid of the brackets first. So what do we get? 3x minus plus 7x equal 15x minus. Sorry? 120. So what do I do now? X is one side, numbers the other side. So it's going to be 3x minus 5x, 15x sorry, plus 7x equals negative 120 plus. So it's going to give you 10 minus 5x equals negative 114. Is it 1 1? 4. So I divide by negative 5 both sides. So x is 114 over. Any confusion, people? Tomorrow we will carry on with this paper. But you're not here tomorrow. It's fine. Enjoy your day off. Please use it to go through your maths. Right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.